Weather Rate certified 11 years in a row.
And turning back to the weather here in Utah, and if you don't like the warm weather right now, you're probably not going to like the forecast ahead.
Yeah, very different from what they're seeing in Montana with dry conditions here.
Yeah, very much so, and we're going to be getting used to these dry conditions as we go throughout the next week or so for the most part. Now, there will be some moisture potential, but we'll get into that information coming up in just a bit. But in the meantime, here's the view from Utah Lake this evening, and you're looking towards Lehigh on the right-hand portion of your screen, and you can see those fireworks are definitely lighting up the nighttime sky. But if you're shooting off fireworks individually, just be extra careful, as that fire risk, even though it's lower this evening technically compared to earlier today, it's still sticking around. And then down in St. George, how about this from our Dixie Tech camera? Those fireworks definitely lighting up the nighttime sky across the southwest desert. So really across most municipalities, we are seeing those professional firework displays. In tonight's forecast, maybe as you're going to be heading home after the fireworks show, we're going to eventually see an overnight low in the lower 70s in Salt Lake City and low to mid 70s down in St. George. It's going to remain on the breezy side. It's not going to be as breezy compared to the day, but skies will be mostly clear, and we'll have some times of haze here and there. And as for tonight, we'll see that overnight low of around 72 degrees in Salt Lake City, 97 degrees for a daytime high in Salt Lake tomorrow afternoon. As Logan makes it to 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon, St. George will be right against 100 with a daytime high of 99, 89 in Bluff, and 93 in Moab. And in southeastern Utah tomorrow, we will have at least a slight chance for isolated showers and thunderstorms, but while the fire risk across the state won't be as high tomorrow compared to what we saw over the last few days, it still will be elevated, especially across the West Desert, stretching from northwestern Washington County all the way into the southwestern half of Tooele County. And even though this is kind of confined to the western half of our area, don't completely discount the fire risk, especially if you were in that red flag warning for today. But for tomorrow, as I mentioned, southeastern Utah does have the chance of seeing isolated showers and thunderstorms. And as we play this forward here on the Futurecast, you can see that the forecast model does at least pinpoint a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. I'm thinking the best chance tomorrow will be along and south of I-70 and east of I-15, but a few showers might try to sneak just north into the Uinta Basin. And then on our Wednesday, we get something very similar, but with the return of at least some moisture potential. So does the return chance of possible flash flooding at our national parks. Now, it's not expected at Zion and Bryce Canyon, but it will be at least a possibility elsewhere. So that's something that you're going to want to keep in mind. And this heat, it's only going to be building over the next few days outside of that, as an upper level high pressure continues to move in from our southeast. And with that high pressure building in, that heat will continue to build. So for St. George, we'll go for a daytime high of 99 degrees tomorrow, and we should be at the century mark both Wednesday into Thursday. And by Friday into Saturday, those daytime highs will start to climb from 102 to around 105 by Sunday. And along the Wasatch Front, we'll be looking at windy and breezy conditions continuing, at least in the short term. And then Friday looks to be the hottest day, where we get just above 100 degrees. And it looks like we'll be looking at mostly dry conditions. There's a slight chance we could see some moisture moving on Friday. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but it's nothing to hold your breath over. Maybe into the middle stages of next week, we could finally see a change to this pattern, but no doubt it is going to be hot moving forward.